All right, so it's about a week after the Go Ruck Rucking World Championships, and being aligned with Mud Gear, they've asked me to do an AER on kind of how things have been going throughout the year to really highlight and promote our upcoming annual event called Ruckfest. Lots of good news in that direction, but let's start with some of the key points that were asked to be addressed from the AR that was presented that you've either just read or you're looking to read pretty soon. So one of the key mentions and highlights of the 50-mile star course was the pit of death that was a really big moment of the race. This was because the navigation, and we're approaching about maybe 18 miles at this point, and the navigation was bringing us down the straight path, and we're in a bike path in the woods, and right outside Nashville, Tennessee, and you know I'm in the lead, so no one's giving me a warning, and my navigation is pretty spot on. In fact, I try to cut where I can and look ahead to see where I can be the most strategic. However, in this particular scenario, I think ego kicked in and a lot of commitment. So basically, this pit of death, uh, my my navigation was telling me go straight. However, I was bypassing this sign. Wasn't hidden. It was straightforward in the middle of the night, dead end ahead. And I'm looking like, okay, my navigation is still right. So what if there's a dead end? I could just run through a tree line. Maybe it's just for a bike path, and I just cut over whatever. It was just a straight shot for miles. And I went past the dead end, and soon after, there's this big cliff, and I'm like, all right, it's just a little downhill and a little uphill, and you start going down this Billy Goat path, and where there should be like a big bridge there, and you realize, okay, this is the point of no return. I am not going back up this. I'm committed. Put in the effort. Let's just get across this thing. And as the farther I went down, the worse it got. And you get down to the bottom or close to the bottom, and there was this down tree into another down tree, which looked like some sort of rigged foot crossing or bridge. It was either naturally, ironically created, or a bunch of people decided they wanted to have a different path than what might have been if I didn't take this Billy Goat path. So anyway, here I am trying to go on these, this very technical, rigged bridge made out of these trees on muddy alpha flies, Nike alpha flies, which are highly cushioned and definitely not built for balance, or they foot to a ground scenario. So that was very wobbly, and man, these are the moments where you wish there was a drone or someone hiding in the woods with a camera just to watch the stupidity you were enduring. But again, committed. I get across this final stretch of this tree bridge, and I'm like, first foot on land, zoom right to the bottom. It was like I didn't even take a bridge, and instantly a cramp came in my hamstring, and I'm just like, in the bottom of this pit, and it's just, I swear, if I looked around a little bit, there was probably some old bones of people that didn't make it out of there, but eventually I did get out of there, and that just led me into breaking trail and lots of spider webs, and just all the crap that you didn't really want to go through, but I got to the top, and it was a moment of what the hell was that? And what's really funny is that at the end of the race, a few of us either talked about their specific experience of actually going down in the pit and warning others of the treachery ahead, or the worst part was the the quick route that was parallel to where I went down, and it was probably like a 2 minute detour tops. So it was kind of funny just to hear those stories and go through that, and it was a fun experience, but also a what the fuck moment. What am I doing? Like, this is horrible. Of course, something to talk about at the end of the race. So that is the pit of death experience I had in the GoRuck 50 mile world championship.